Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everyone. This is me, Jonathan Alexander, and I'm here to host our show, Life, Laughter, Happiness. Today, I have my co-host, Barbara. Are you there, Barbara?
Yes, hi, I'm here. Hi, everybody.
Oh, wait, I almost forgot. Our website is lifelaughterhappiness.com. It's the name of the show.com. So, that's the nerve center of the whole community. I'm going to start announcing that at the beginning of the show. Now, we also have Kelly. Are you there, Kelly?
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Good. And
Hi.
because we have Karen Page here for Psychic Night. Are you there, Karen?
I am here. Hello, all you sweet
So
people.
how is everybody doing?
Good. And you?
Well, you know my philosophy, every day's a good day.
Yeah.
Words to live by because it's a blessing. Tuesdays that we have, they are. And it's a good way to look at it, Karen.
It's the truth. I figure, I always say it jokingly, but I wake up in the morning and most of my parts work. I got nothing to complain about. It's like my mother would come from the next world and slap me and go, stop that, So every day starts good when I, open my eyes and it's like, we're here again.
Yeah. Good.
How are you doing, Jonathan?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I mean, I was looking forward to the show, and I was, it feels good to, sit down and, so it's good to do it when I do it every night. It gives me a sense of a feeling of being productive. I'm sure it's the same way for everyone else.
That's
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
And we get to talk to all the sweet people that call.
Yeah.
They are
And
so
speaking
sweet.
of callers,
Getting to
are
know
you
them.
ready to take one, Karen? Yeah, are you ready to take your
sure,
caller,
Jonathan.
Karen?
Sure.
203 area code.
Hello,
Hi.
203.
Hello.
How are you?
Okay, this is Karen.
Yes.
I
Who's
think
this?
you're the one that this is Pat. I
Hi,
think
Pat.
you're the one. Hi. I think you're the one that helped me a number of weeks ago recommending red bracelets.
Yes, ma'am. That would be me.
Okay. I got 3 on my wrist.
I'm so proud of you, darling. It's such great protection.
Good.
And it is like almost, I jokingly always call it my Wonder Woman cuff. It's like, it's amazing how powerful it is and how anybody else's negative stuff seems to turn into a boomerang,
Okay.
and has nothing to do with us. So good for you.
Well, thanks for that neat suggestion.
Absolutely. It's so simple, isn't it?
I do have a question.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
What's your question, sweetheart?
Wondering if you see the energy around the upcoming holiday. I would really love to be invited by my son and his wife's parents to their house for Thanksgiving. Not sure it's going to happen. My son and I had a fallout a year ago, and about 2 months later, he contacted me to apologize, and we've been, doing fairly well. I learned an awful lot.
I cannot imagine that they would not invite you.
Oh,
because
I can.
I know you can, but you know what? As we find out when we go through the adult growing pains portion of the program, there is so little that's worth hanging on to. It's not worth it.
Meaning?
And Meaning, have you picked up the phone?
No, I don't. I honestly didn't know if I should. I was going to ask my son, and I actually got a phone call from him and then a FaceTime with he and his granddaughter, and they were both so pleasant. I just thought, let this happen. It's wonderful, and then give him space. You know, don't, with him contacting me, don't jump on him and say, "What are you doing?" I was thinking, you know, maybe this week I'll ask him.
I think you absolutely. Anytime after after tomorrow, when Mercury goes direct, or you can do it now because this would be a perfect time to finish things up about whatever was going on before.
Okay.
So yeah, you could definitely pick up the phone and say, "Hi, you've been on my mind. The holiday's coming up. What are you guys doing?" You know, and make it conversational.
Right. Can you see how the mother-in-law feels? Because it would be her house. She would have to
I don't
invite
see
me
her
up.
having any problem with that.
Okay, how about the wife?
I don't see her having a problem with it either. You know what? If we were 25, then that can become a problem. This doesn't feel like it's a problem.
Okay.
Because and the truth is, that is not an issue that feels like anybody in that family wants to deal with anymore.
Good.
It's like we all need to just get over it and move on, you know?
Wonderful. That's how I feel. Yeah, I was a little concerned that it being Thanksgiving again, they're going to go straight to what happened last year.
Oh, that's not what this feels like at all, sweetheart.
Oh, good.
And it feels like I want to say to you, this is where I go blonde and go, "What are you talking about? What happened last year? It was perfect." I mean, it's like because it needs to become really a non-issue and not a point of conversation. Nobody, you know, we can't be that delicate at a certain point in life.
Okay.
And since this is your son, your grandchildren, your great-grand, it's like, what's the question?
Okay, so what about my son's anger that I'm no longer being a buffer for him? So,
sweetheart, that's not your issue either. He knows where to find you.
Okay, yeah.
And if he wanted help with that, he would not be afraid to ask because he knows you would be there for him.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
You always have been.
Yeah, I have.
This doesn't change anything, sweetheart.
Okay. Oh. Well, that's all really positive.
Why wouldn't it be, honey?
Because there is a lot of stuff.
You know what? That's just like real life. And they can take one day out of a year and say, "Can't we all just get along?"
Yeah, that's what I'm really hoping for, and I hope they see that. And
well,
I've been saying a lot of prayers.
That's what it feels like is going to happen because it feels like your son. This is not a conversation of someone disagreeing with you being invited.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Does not feel like the door is open for that.
Good.
It's not like you guys have 65 family members to choose from.
Exactly.
And between you and I, you're the only mother he has, honey.
Yeah. Well, you know,
he is blessed to have you.
Yeah, we really had a blessed relationship, and you know, he had to pull away, and his anger got in the way too. I really hope that we can kind of reunite what we did have in the past someday.
Well, I have a feeling that the adult growing pains part of the program that he's been in, I have a feeling that is going to, I think he's beginning to realize that, and his grandchild has been very beneficial with that lesson.
Good. That's wonderful. Yes.
Yes. Because, none of us last forever.
I know. I mean,
oh
all
no,
that
I
matters.
know. You know.
Yeah.
I know. And
Yeah.
he needs to, as they say, get over himself, and move forward. Don't hang on to that stuff. And it feels like this child has been a great lesson for him.
Yeah, I already see change in him. Oh, my
because
dog is
he can't pull the anger stuff in front of her.
That's right. Yeah.
So, I'm not worried about that, Dolly.
Well, thank you so very much, and I'm glad I found you again. I was someone was helping me on Messenger find you. I didn't think I found you advertised on Blog Talk, but I could be wrong. Anyway, I've been searching for you.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Oh.
Well, we're you can find us every day. Life, Laughter, Happiness. That's the show, and I'm here on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay, I'll be calling back again.
Okay,
that
sweetheart.
Was me. That was me that helped find you. Yep, that was me, Kelly.
Oh, bless
appreciate
your heart.
your help so much. My dog does
welcome.
too. Thank you.
She's like that a lot. Sweet like that.
It's wonderful. She stuck with it. Okay. Thank you all.
Yeah.
God bless.
Have a beautiful Thanksgiving, sweetheart. What a sweet lady.
Oh, she
wonderful.
is. And she really, really wanted to connect with you and find out about those red bracelets, and I'm so glad she got 3 of them.
Isn't that sweet? That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, God only knows we've all had fun with the family stuff. Extended families, always so much fun. It's so educational.
Yeah.
And what do I always say? Don't take it home with you.
Right.
Because so often they have no idea that whatever is going on is going to have such a long-term impact and a powerful impact. And it feels like because her son has this beautiful grandchild now, I think this has been quite educational for him to recognize how important the relationship is with his mother, because she's a lovely woman.
Oh, she is.
And I think he might be figuring out the part where he only gets one.
Mm-hmm.
And she's the last one and only one he's ever going to have. So kind of feels like he's been in a learning portion of the program.
Good.
I wish it for her because she is incredibly sweet. But it sure feels like he has definitely been growing.
That's so good.
Yep.
Yeah.
She deserves it.
I know, all of the wonderful years of mothering, and then they grow up, and then they get married, and conflicts happen, and it's just so sad to witness that, and that is happening in my family too.
That's why I was saying family. Isn't that just too much fun?
Yeah. And it's right around the corner this Thanksgiving.
It's like, come on, kids.
Like, get up from the dinner table and slam the door. We just don't want that to happen with anybody.
I would,
but it has.
And it's so interesting. And of all holidays, Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. I know.
It's like, come on, kids.
I know.
And I don't know what happens that people they forget how to forgive.
That's right.
And sometimes they really just need to be reminded because we've all had family members that don't remember how to either apologize or forgive. And then in the blink of an eye, it's too late. And they
so
live
many
the
years
rest.
wasted.
Oh yes, and they live the rest of their lives in grief.
Oh,
And yeah, and I think, I'm thankful to God I don't have any of that. I don't hang on to stuff, and learning to let go. Wow, I'm telling you, I wouldn't trade a minute of it. I watched my sister. I guess I speak about her often. She was a great lesson for me in things of what not to do and what not to be like. And it was such a critical lesson to learn not to hold on to anger and not to continue letting it eat at you. Because some people that's how they define their life. And it's what has worked for them because the drama is more appealing than being happy. And I think, wow, I wouldn't trade happy for anything.
No.
It's
well,
every day is a good day.
Yeah.
All right, so are you ready to take your caller?
Well, of course, Mr. Jonathan.
Area code 386.
Hello, 386.
Karen. Hello, everybody. This is Cindy.
Hi, Cindy. How are you?
Hi, Cindy. I'm good. How are you doing? How was your week?
Wonderful. How about you?
Good. Very good.
We love good.
I'm not sure. Yes, we do. Yeah, there's been far too many times that there was something not good going on, and I
Isn't
can
that
say
the truth,
there's
sweetheart?
Yeah.
I always say,
I mean,
if it, and people hang on to that, or they walk around being grumpy, and I always think to myself, and that and 65 cents gets them a crummy cup of coffee downtown. I mean, it's like, what are they?
Life's too short for that.
Oh, it sure is, sweetheart. What's your question?
Well,
that was a big sigh.
Me frustrated, but I know work has me frustrated, and we already talked about that last week. And I know we're fixing to go out of retrograde, so I'm hoping things turn around and maybe pick up a little bit.
Oh, it will.
I don't know if you see anything coming for me in any direction, whether it's personal life, work, finances, anything that you see in the next week or two that might be coming up that I can look forward to.
Well, the interesting thing is it feels like there's going to definitely be a shift at your job, that all of a sudden there's always going to be the three grumpy people. That's just their nature. But everybody else seems to all of a sudden, I don't know if they've put it in the water supply or they're taking happy pills, or I don't know what it is. But all of a sudden it feels like there is a much happier atmosphere. And things definitely pick up. Yeah.
I have my own business, so I'm self-employed. But it's interesting that you say that, because right now, I mean, I'm trying to get new contracts because I'm in between contracts.
Sweetheart, I know that, but work is going to come. You're going to be busier than the one-armed paper hanger.
I sure hope so, because I have bills that need to be paid. And
Sweetheart,
I know that.
I know that.
Forward,
but
it's
you need
interesting
to.
that
You
about
need
the
to.
grumpy people.
Wait a minute. You need
Because,
to. You know, they've been like that. And you've worked with them for a long time. But this
son.
is probably. This is. It feels like it's more than one contract that's going to come in. You feel like all of a sudden it's going to be everybody says yes. Now they're ready. And you're going to be doing the happy dance in your office. I mean, so yes, sweetheart, I'm not worried about you. But all of a sudden it's so funny because this next week or so, all of a sudden everybody seems to, I'm not kidding, it's like it's in the water supply or something. And everybody is so much happier. And maybe it's because they have Thanksgiving off or something, I don't know.
Interesting.
Because all of a sudden it feels like the whole energy changes and gets happier.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Oh, well, it'll make everything easier. And can I offer you a suggestion?
Sure.
I want you to try, which of course that means I want you to commit to doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to stop being fearful. You have never not paid your bills. You're not allergic to working. And you need to have a little conversation with God and say to him, thank him, okay, for the opportunity to work, and you are ready to go. And
I do that every day, many times a day.
But I want you to eliminate the fear, because this is not just about you paying your bills. This is about you having the room financially to breathe, so that you know your bills are going to get taken care of, and you're covered. And when you see that I mean, it's like all of a sudden you become the pick of the week. You know, you're going to think to yourself, "Whoa, what did somebody put a sign out with my name on it? What happened here?" Everybody, and you're going to hear from people that you spoke to months ago about projects, and all of a sudden everybody's going to be ready to rock and roll. I just got chills all over me when I said that to you. So
Good.
it's coming. It's coming,
I was
sweetheart.
I think that I'm marketing all wrong, and I need to figure out another way to market, because all that.
But I'm telling you, how long have you been in business, sweetheart?
Oh, well, I have more than one business, but the one I'm really trying to focus on right now is like since the summer. I was working with another company since last year. And
yeah,
then,
but you built relationships.
Wanted to stay closer here. Mm-hmm.
You built relationships. And that's why, and the people that you have spoken to about work and contracts are people that know they can trust you. And that's because you've done exactly everything you said you would do, and then some. Every time. When you said they would have it, they have it. Okay? When they were waiting for something and you said they'd have it by Tuesday, they had it, the paperwork by Tuesday. It's like now all they have to do is say, okay, we're ready to go. And it's coming. But it's so interesting because this all 2019, I always make Jonathan Kelly and Barbara laugh when I say it's like planets are in the sign of poo-poo. You know? Because it's like everything has just been, I don't know one person that has had an easy go of everything this year. And it feels like next year is where we're all going to be doing the happy dance, and everything just blossoms and becomes so much easier. But this was the time, this was the year to get through bad weather and planting to reap next year. And you
think
have
you'll
certainly.
be after the first of the year before it picks up, or
I think you were going.
Year?
I think you're going to hear from one of them. I keep wanting to say by the 10th of December, and then it feels like at the end of January, beginning of February, it feels like there are two more that are going to come. But these are people that you have already spoken to. That it's kind of like, well, I'm here. You can call me anytime. It's like, come on, let's go. Don't you want to sign those and let's get going?
Okay.
So they're coming. You're going to be incredibly busy next year, but happy busy. And
Good.
next year will be the most fruitful year you've had in any of your businesses.
That's very encouraging. Thank you.
Well, I want you to stop being afraid, because fear does not serve any purpose, sweetheart, any positive purpose for you. It keeps the door closed. Because when you know that you are good at what you do and you built relationships, you are incredibly trustworthy. So, and the people that you pitch to, they know that. I don't see them talking to anybody else or looking for anybody else. It feels like there has been a lot of internal shifts in the people that you spoke to in their businesses. So, as they say, hold on, it's coming. You don't need to change how you're marketing yourself. There's nothing wrong with you, and there's nothing wrong with your business model. You're doing it right. Just this has been, planets are finally moving out of the sign of poo-poo. Things will start getting a lot easier.
Nice. Thank goodness. All right.
So rest your heart. It's coming.
All right. Well, I'm ready for it.
And you have to call and let us share your happy dance. Okay?
Oh, I will.
Because we've done boatloads of choreography on ours.
Okay, well, you'll be the first call I make.
You got it, sweetheart.
Thank you, ma'am.
Have a lovely Thanksgiving, honey.
You.
Bye-bye.
So, what do you think about that call?
She's a doll.
Yeah, we got such nice callers.
Don't we? They're just lovely people. And they all are hardworking, and there's not a one of them that has ever said, I don't want to work anymore. It's like, are you kidding? They're all these hardworking, industrious. It's like, just give me a chance, And I would sign a contract with her if I needed her services. Because she's incredibly trustworthy. She's really lovely. And, we'll be up till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning to make sure everything's done right,
Wow.
Mhm.
And it's coming. Boy, is she going to have an amazing year.
Good.
I love that.
Calling and talking, whenever you're
on. Oh, I hope always.
Yes.
Well, I love talking to them. She's so sweet.
Yeah, we love when people let us know how they're doing, too.
Oh, my God, that's so important. That is so important, and it's so lovely to hear from them.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm excited. Yay.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Yay.
I can't wait to hear back from her.
What, honey?
I can't wait to hear back from her. I know that we...
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah, we're starting to really, hear from a lot of people again, and it's really
I
exciting
love that.
to be able to follow their journey.
I really love that, because it's, people forget that we're all in this together.
Yeah, and we're people too. We want to see how they're doing.
Oh, see, now you're
Yeah.
telling everyone we're people?
Yeah.
You know what I always told you, Jonathan? I always had a perfect face for radio.
Mhm. Well, I think we have a caller that's a recurring one. Can I put this person on?
Sure.
Lori.
Hello.
Hi, how's everyone doing?
Hi, Lori. How are you, Dolly?
Great. I wanted to tap into this high vibing energy that you guys all provide.
Yes. Yep.
I missed you guys.
Thank you.
We missed you.
That's right.
How have you been,
I'm
sweetheart? How are you
listening.
two cuties doing?
Oh, we're doing fantastic. Just got back from a nice little reprieve going overseas for 16 days and
Oh, I love it.
excited.
Where'd you go?
Morocco.
Oh, my God. How beautiful. That must have
Really
been
was.
a wonderful trip.
Wow.
It was amazing.
What a gorgeous country.
No phones. I took my phone just to take pictures. No laptop, no WhatsApp,
Oh, I'm so
no
proud of you.
conversations.
Time
And
out.
you know what?
Yep.
I didn't miss it. I didn't miss
Isn't
anything
that
in the
amazing?
world. Yeah.
Well, you know the story about me being at the beauty shop, standing at the counter, and these 3 teenage kids walk in, and they're all texting on their phone.
Uh-huh.
And I'm little girl's in the front, and the 2 boys are at either of her, standing behind her at either shoulder, and they're all texting on their phone. And I'm just staring at them, and the little girl looks up at me and goes, "What?" in that tone of voice, and I looked at her and I said, "When was the last time you guys ever had a real conversation? Do you ever have a real conversation?" And she looked at me and got real defiant and aggressive and said, "We talk all the time." And the boy at her left shoulder, he immediately turned his phone off and put it in his pocket. And he said, he looked at her and said, "No, we don't. We text each other." I mean, he called her on the lie. And I said,
Yeah.
you know, I said, you guys might just make a time to go, I don't care, have a cup of coffee at Starbucks or something, and sit down, put your phones away, and just learn how to communicate with each other. It'll serve you well in your life.
And it's fun.
Yes, isn't it? And talking to people, oh my God, I wouldn't trade a minute of it.
I didn't want to come back.
That's
I had
right,
such a
and
blast.
it is so. And you come back, and then it's like, oh, I better turn everything back on.
No, my husband said, Lori, yeah, you have to turn your phone back on. And I'm like, oh.
I love it. That's so cute.
He said, yes, you do.
And you said,
and I go, no.
You said, can it wait one more day?
I did, actually.
Well, I always I have a
landline.
landline. I have a landline at home.
Uh-huh.
And every once in a while, the phone rings, and I look at it, and it makes me laugh because somebody's trying to text me on my landline. And you can't get there from here,
No. Hilarious.
And people will call me and go, I tried to I texted you, but I don't know why you didn't respond. And it's like, did you text my landline? And they go, oh. It's like, that must have been it. And I kind of laugh and go, yeah, I might want to differentiate that with people when I tell them.
Yeah, on your business card, and you can't text because this is a landline. And then you'll have to put the definition on your business card for what a landline is.
Isn't that the truth, honey? In the words hardwired,
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I have on my business cards it says home, and then my voicemail number. And the voicemail number they can call 24 hours a day, and God bless the voicemail service. They pick up and take a message, and I always call everybody back.
Yeah.
But you still can't text my landline.
Thank goodness.
I tried.
See, and we don't have a landline.
Oh, yeah, that's right, Barb.
And I told my husband, I'll trade you. I'll give you my mobile phone if you give me a landline. He goes, are you nuts? And I go, yeah.
Oh, that's so
I want
funny.
a landline.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I wouldn't trade it for anything because they are the most reliable. And no, you can't text me on my landline, but I know that it'll work.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
And it's funny, if people waited to talk to me on my cell phone, that would be right after what freezes over. It's like, I don't talk to people on my landline and don't have a earpiece and like. So
the house that we bought has about connections. Honestly, it's a weird thing. The original owners of the house that I'm in now had about 10, 15 phones, even in the 5 bathrooms.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's a bit much.
A bit? There is so many telephone connections that when we had the painter coming in to paint, we just had a big box to put all the phones, because they were remember those old-fashioned phones that hung on the wall?
Oh, sure.
That's what was in the bathrooms, not the full one.
It's funny. I have one in my kitchen, one of those plug-in sockets on the wall.
Yes.
For a wall, the ones they hung on the wall.
Wall mount.
And it's in a place that you can't put a phone anywhere because there's a cabinet right next to it that goes from floor to ceiling. It's like, how are you going to do that? Yeah. So I understand. But in all the bathrooms, that is kind of a little
crazy.
Much. Boy, they must have either been a bookie, running a bookie outfit.
I have no idea, but it was hilarious.
That is pretty hilarious.
Bedrooms, bathrooms, and they left. The guy left the phones. He took everything, but he left all the phones. So we had to go around and take up all the phones. And I want to manifest a landline, and I don't want a cordless. I want the old-fashioned landline where they can't tap in.
They have
them. Well, I've got them now. I've got them all over in a box. I've got a bunch of them.
You got them now. You manifested them.
Yeah, but they're not working.
Just have to
now
be connected. Yeah, they just need to turn the landline on.
I know.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for. Make sure you add the details.
You're absolutely
hilarious.
right, Barbara. I've got
so
many phones.
Well, but you have now got the most expensive part of it. Having the landline turned on because the house is already wired for it. Oh, that should be a cakewalk.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I just couldn't even imagine not having one. And I know I must know 1,000 people that don't have landlines anymore, and I look at them and kind of go, really? What do you do when you?
Getting one.
I'm telling you, they're so reliable.
Yeah.
And I don't blame you. I'll be sending energy for you to get your landline, Lori.
and I'll even give you this mobile phone. I'll give you this.
No, that's okay,
honey.
That's okay. I have a cell phone that I get emails on.
Yeah.
Because when I'm traveling, and it's like, that's fine, not a problem. But I'm not interested in making phone calls on my cell phone.
Well, I've got friends from, different places around the world.
Me too.
And there's a WhatsApp app, so none of us pay long distance when we call each other. So that's
good for you. That's a benefit of it. Yeah.
That's the only reason I've got it. Basically, I get a call from someone in Morocco or someone in Germany or someone in Togo.
Yep.
And none of us pay, just as long as we've got a Wi-Fi connection, even if it's through our phone service. You have to have a telephone number, and you have to have internet connection. And with the WhatsApp, you can talk to anyone.
Yep.
Anywhere.
I have done that. I have done that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's my whole reason for having my phone. And I'd love to have a landline just because when
just
you talk
in
on
case.
the phone, you're present. Whereas whenever you're on the cell phone, you're Googling, you're looking up directions, you're cooking, it's just such a temptation on a mobile phone to
because
multitask.
have you noticed the landline phones you can't tuck in your pocket?
Yes. I've tried, right?
I know. You'd have to have a backpack, that you're wearing around the house.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Oh,
well, it is. I'm so happy you had a wonderful trip.
I did, and getting back to the advice of the last caller, it was pretty much a poo-poo year for all of us.
Wasn't it? I mean, everybody I know, no matter where in the world, everybody, nothing has been easy. It was everything was more complicated than it needed to be, or it was put on hold, or
delay.
Yes,
delay.
There has been more reorganizing and what I call musical chairs within companies this year than I have seen in I don't know how long. And it's like what, honey?
What do you see for me and my husband business-wise with someone that we have hired by the name of Bernardo? Our house hasn't sold, and I get a good feeling about him.
Well, I don't know what the price point is where you are, but you with the planetary stuff. Thankfully, Mercury's going direct tomorrow. Okay, and there is a whole bunch of other planetary movement coming up between now and the 7th to the 10th of December. So, I mean, all the major planets. Okay, so there should be action on your house because it's so interesting. It feels like this couple walks in and this is exactly what they were looking for. They just fall in love with it.
I know. I feel that too, and I feel this man is just so sharp and so polished, so different than the age of before. It's as different as night and day.
Well, he's not the person that is going to waste a bunch of time on people that he knows are not going to be interested in your house. He will vet a buyer before he shows them your house, because your house is for a very particular type of buyer. It's not going to be some 23-year-old couple that's going to go, "Hi, we want floor-to-ceiling windows, and we want a very contemporary where everything looks like you walked into the Jetsons' house." You know?
No, that's not my house at all.
Yours is like a warm hug. You know, it's a home.
That's how I feel about it.
Well, that's what it feels like to me. And it feels like the couple that walk in there and buy your house feels like this is exactly what they want, and it's so beautifully done, and it's warm and welcoming. It feels like home.
Thank you.
And yeah, I mean,
uh-huh.
this is the place where they'll have family come over for holidays, and the kids can play in the yard, and it's like it's a home. It's not a house. It's a home.
Mm-hmm.
And so your agent feels very selective, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And he's not going to run you and your husband to a bunch of properties that are not what you guys are looking for. Okay? It's
right.
It's a good match. He's on point.
I think so. I think the universe brought him to us.
Oh, I promise you that's true. Well, he's very respectful of both the buyer and the seller.
Wow.
And it's not just about him maximizing his the percentage, you know.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
It's about him building relationships, and he has a lot of long-term clients that he works with. He's very nice and very respectful. Wow, what an anomaly, somebody with good manners.
And the other guy before, my husband is so sweet. He was loyal to a friend, and that got us nowhere quick.
Well, but he was the fast food realtor.
Okay.
You know, get him in, get him out, get him in, get him out.
Yeah.
And if something wasn't immediate, he lost interest in it.
Oh,
and you know, and I love that he was loyal to a friend and gave him an opportunity. But I'm also deeply grateful that he was okay about changing agents.
Yeah, and they parted as friends because, again, my husband
the guy
was
knew
really,
he wasn't
really
doing
sweet.
his job.
Yeah.
He knew. And this is I was going to say, this is a much better fit for Bernardo.
Okay.
Much better fit. And he and your husband, you guys actually speak the same language. You know, I mean, it's like he hears you. He really listens. And I would have picked him.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I feel like we were blessed after the merry-go-round with the previous guy.
Can I tell you something, though? I have to tell you, Lori, that actually was, you know, some people come into our lives no matter what their capacity is, okay, as placeholders.
Okay, I believe
and that's what he was, because it feels like if you had sold the house with these planets in the sign of poo-poo that have been going on all year, I think it would have been one nightmare after another with the buyers.
Okay.
They would have found this wrong, and why didn't you tell us that? And what, do you know what I mean? And this doesn't feel like any of this. This feels like these people walk in, and it's like, oh, I mean, it is love at first sight.
That makes sense. And then on an off note, we got a really weird report about our prior real estate agent. We got one of his clients called us in Morocco and said, called my husband, I think on Facebook or something, and he said, I just called to warn you, your real estate agent is not the man that you think he is, and you need to stay away from him because he just took my house out from under me. And
boy,
created a shell company.
If that isn't God watching out for you guys.
Exactly. I had to tell you guys. Yes.
I always call that it's when God is saving us from ourselves.
Yes.
You know? Boy, you had some heavy protection.
Yes.
Does that answer your question to Lori, though? I mean, about what she's asking you?
I think so.
Yes. I just had to to, because I know that Karen's always going to unknot whatever happened in my life. And,
that's me, the queen of unknotting. Well, I'm so it's funny because he didn't feel like the right fit. This guy feels like the right fit. He's very professional, and he will bring the buyers to your home.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, because it feels like they walk in. It's so funny. I feel like I could walk up to him on the street and go, "Excuse me, Lori and her husband have the house you've been looking for." I mean, they're clear as a bell to me.
Wow.
So get ready, honey.
Okay, I'm ready, and I just thank you for unknotting that situation and giving me clarity as usual.
God saving you from yourself, honey, and that was. But he was the placeholder. He wasn't going to do anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I know your husband is a very nice man and polite to everybody, but you know, that is that phone call is something that you. I'm sure he heard it.
Oh yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It's
I
like,
told him intuitively how I felt. I said, by the second time that he welcomed me to show the house, I told you that wasn't right and something was off about him, and you didn't listen. And he just kind of gave me that.
Yeah, but you know what? People learn the only way they can.
Okay.
And that, thank God you had protection,
Yes. Yes.
But you're going to be fine, Dolly, very shortly.
Thank
so you have a happy, peaceful, warm, and lovely Thanksgiving. And we will talk soon. Okay?
Thank you, guys.
Let us know, sweetheart.
I will. Thank you so much, everyone.
Good night, honey.
So what y'all think of that? That was great to hear from her.
Oh, she's so sweet.
So sweet. Love her.
Yeah.
I love the landline conversation. Wasn't that the best?
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, can't you just imagine some of the kids out there going, "What's a landline?" You know? Well, honey, when dinosaurs roamed the earth. Okay.
But they are so good,
it.
especially for emergencies. I'm going to get one because of my phone problems recently. And not only that, but all of us could be on our landlines and set our cell phones up on the Blue Jeans app. Or we could set our iPhones to record us. And then we could be on the landline doing the show. And then we could be seen.
Yeah, the word
I
for
was
it is
thinking about
POTS.
things like that.
It's what?
The word for
Jonathan?
it is POTS. POTS is what it's called.
Yeah,
POTS. Plain old television. I had to get one for. It has to do with the fact that when, it's just all it is that when you want something to be secure, it can't be cordless. It can't go through the air because then it can be intercepted. So what you do is, this is why you'll never see the president of the United States on a cell phone. Because...
You mean when we have a president?
Well, yeah. But even Obama...
What did you call him, the Cheeto? Like, oh my God, the
I call
Cheeto?
him creepy Cheeto.
I saw that somewhere. I can't remember.
Yeah, because that's what I always refer to him as. And on Facebook, that's what I refer to him as. Creepy Cheeto and his cesspool. Because I refuse to say his name.
Oh my God, my eyes are watering. Okay.
Wait, isn't that President Creepy Cheeto to you and I?
That's what I always call him, Creepy Cheeto.
No,
but he's not my president.
Oh.
Creepy Cheeto. Okay, so
that's what I've always called him. I'm sorry. See, one smart person in the crowd teaching us something. I didn't know. I would have never connected those dots, Jonathan. Hello,
about
Jonathan?
The
Hello.
Yeah.
You mean about the president?
I would have never connected those dots. I wouldn't have would not have known why. You know?
You would think that, that they would have the president. Here he is. He's on this phone that has a cord on it. I mean, you would think they would give him a cell phone, but they don't. They just
but
he's
I
on the phone.
Why? Yeah.
Yeah, because
Jonathan taught me that.
Yeah, now we know.
Also, it has to do with the fact that, see, when you work for Walmart, I had to deal with a lot of sensitive information, like, people's addresses and stuff like that. So they don't want that going through the air. So, it's, and that's why you never see the president on a cell phone. It doesn't happen.
I believe you. And he wouldn't be able. This guy, Creepy Cheeto, wouldn't be able to text on a landline. I'm sorry, I cracked myself up when I said it. It's like the silence afterwards was kind of like, "All righty, how about them Dodgers, Karen?"
That's where we end anyway.
Yeah. And yeah. So what's going on, Mr. Johnson?
Well, let's see. We have another caller for 860. Can I put this person on the air?
Sure. What's their area code?
860.
Hello?
You're on the air.
Hello, 860.
Hi, this is Amala. How are you?
Oh my God, the girl whose name I so love. I love your name. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing okay. It's just been like you guys were saying about Mercury retrograde. Really.
And not only Mercury. It's. I mean, I say it jokingly, but its planets have been in the sign of poo poo. I mean, it's like
crazy. It's crazy.
It's like, come on, kids.
I know.
And I really believe that God is looking at everybody going, this is a test.
Yeah. I know. It's
so
funny.
What's your question, sweetheart?
Okay, sure. I feel like I met my twin flame. It's been a year and a half, and they basically, it's interesting. I did it during Mercury in retrograde. It was like, despite, I don't even care. I just needed to speak my truth, and I basically drew the line in the sand. And I told him I adore him because he was like, he's the runner. So he keeps on running away, coming back, running away. And then, so I told him, and then he basically ran away again, which is like after I told him I really have feelings for him, and I think we should give it a shot. He just ran away because he's been hurt in this last relationship, which was like 3 years ago. So.
But I'm pretty sure that wasn't your fault.
No, absolutely not. No.
I'm saying that with great sarcasm. Okay, it's and for he needs to. I'm sure he's not 20.
No.
And he's actually had a life, and it's time for him to step in to it.
Yes.
And actually, it's like girls like you don't grow on trees, And you waiting a year and a half and telling him during the retrograde, I'm sorry, there's nothing wrong with that. That's the perfect time to tell him.
Yes.
Because you guys were together long before the retrograde. And it's like, the retrograde is the perfect time to, I want to say, finish things up on what is important. And if he didn't know you felt that way, it's not like a casual coffee date. Do you know what I mean? A year and a half, it's like, come on, dude. It's like, okay, you can have 6 minutes to think about this, and now let's have a grown-up conversation. Stop playing duck and weave. You know.
Exactly. And
I'm not gonna bite you. I'm not gonna lock you in a closet. It's like, and you know what? If you don't want to be with me, tell me you don't want to be with me. But this is how I feel about you.
Exactly. And so, what do you feel is going to happen in the next amount of time?
Well, it feels like you're definitely not done with him, and inside he feels like a 6-year-old. You know, where he's scared to death that mommy's going to be mad at him and not love him anymore. You know, so it's going to take time, and you're going to have to take him by the hand when he stops running and gently say to him, "Tell me what you want." Because the 7-11 sign is no longer on my forehead.
Exactly.
You know, it's like, I'm sorry, and tell him if what you want is a convenience store, I'm not the girl.
No. And he knows that. I think
No, I know he knows. I know that, sweetheart. But you have been very patient with him being on the revolving door. Okay?
Yes. That's right.
And when we use the L word, it for him that's like, oh my God, you know. And his first instinct is I need to think. He can't openly suck his thumb and rock in the closet, you know.
Okay. Yes.
But he needs time to think about it because I know he loves you. He's just terrified of his own feelings because, yes, I mean, and I'm sorry that he married his mother. You know, it's like this is the lesson because she feels like emotionally she was incredibly intolerant.
Oh.
So
this.
And for a long time, he picked exactly the same lesson. This is his opportunity to learn the lesson and recognize that you're not them, you're not her. No. And, you know, I always jokingly say, and now in the words of those great sages, Monty Python, and now for something completely different.
Yes.
It's like now it's real. And if what he really wants is to be happy, now is his opportunity.
Right, exactly.
And it's a conscious choice. And what I always say is, why in the world would any of us want somebody that doesn't want to be with us? I think he does. And if you can be gentle about helping him work through his fear.
Yes.
Because I don't see him. He didn't run very far, honey.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. Because I miss him.
And I'm sure he misses you. He didn't go anywhere. He'll be back.
Okay. How's it going to be? Like, when do you feel me basically telling me what you just said is like holding his hand and gently saying, what would you like?
Well, you'll hear from him in the next probably 10 days to 2 weeks.
Wow.
And he'll show back up. And then you're not going to bring up this conversation, the conversation you had with him. You're going to say to him, I missed you. I'm so happy to see you. Want a sandwich?
Okay.
You know, I mean, it's like, just like real life, because that is what real life is.
Right. Okay.
And re-engaging in it is going to make his stomach go tight and him go, I'm going out for a loaf of bread. You know, and then you don't see him for a month and a half. You know, it's like, this is ridiculous.
Yes. So it's going to continue? Like, is that, wait, I'm so
No. It will probably take until March, for him to be able to sit at the dining room table, put his head in his hands and go, okay. And to finally start opening up and talking to you about his feelings for you and that he does love you, but he's terrified.
Okay.
And if you'll grow with him and give him time, and you can't say to him, "Look, I've given you almost 2 years already." Okay,
No.
Don't do that. No. I know you
Yeah.
wouldn't. I'm saying to you, it's taking him by the hand and being soft about it.
Exactly, because he's a Taurus man, and I totally get that about him. They love taking things slow, and I'm a Sag girl. My birthday's next month. So
you and Kelly, are we there yet?
Exactly. I do.
And
yeah, go ahead.
I understand. I have a Taurus ascendant, honey. It's like,
oh my goodness. And his
it's
moon is
like
Gemini.
fine, whatever, And what?
Yeah. His moon is Gemini. So you have the earth and you have the air, the flighty.
Yep.
He doesn't know what to do with his emotions.
Oh, that's
He's all
funny
over.
because
Yeah.
I have air sun and air moon, okay? And I have a Taurus ascendant.
Interesting.
Isn't it?
Interesting.
I have 6 planets, 5 or 6 planets, 4 in Libra, Taurus ascendant, Jupiter in Taurus, conjunct my ascendant.
Wow.
So I have all this like Venus ruled stuff that, I was the little girl that wanted to be married to one person for 50 years and wear matching cable knit sweaters and walk down the beach holding hands and him looking at me saying, "I love you and I'm so glad it was you," and blah blah blah, Disneyland, And God, the only thing was I didn't hear God laugh when I said that. And it's recognizing that it's going to just take him a little time to grow out of it.
Okay. So you're basically saying in the next 10 to 14 days he'll come back and then
and be soft and be your normal sweet self and say to him, "I missed you," and you do the big hugs, and he'll be kind of like scared to death, and tell him, 1 cup of coffee, want a sandwich?
Okay.
What you do? How you been?
So like from December to March, was he gonna run away, or is he just we're gonna be gentle with each other?
You'll be gentle with each other.
Okay. And
because you said the magic words that all of a sudden made it the S word, serious. I mean, and it's like,
Yes.
And he went into oh my god, panic mode,
Yeah.
But he'll be okay.
He'll be okay. I know, because I have to let him be. I totally get how to work with him now. Just leave him alone. Just totally leave him alone. Yeah.
It's a healing process for him, and boy, it is. He's got to be exhausted from running all his life.
Yeah, I know. I know.
It is. Yeah. My father was a Taurus,
okay.
And I mean, it was like he must have been wearing roller skates and come into the world with roller skates because he didn't stick around anywhere for too long, And it's like, wow, what is that? That is heartbreaking kind of fear,
Yes.
And I know it will take time because I know he loves you, and that you have that sun moon opposition with him. Your Sag, his moon's in Gemini. That is a powerful draw.
His moon is in Gemini. My Virgo moon worked with his Taurus because I have the Earth sign in me. So I'm a Sag. Yeah.
No. What I'm saying to you is people don't realize how powerful that moon in Gemini and your sun Sag, that sun moon draw, that people don't realize how powerful that is.
Yeah,
I am still very close friends with my very first boyfriend that knows me since I was not quite 17 years old, and I'm way past that now. And he is an Aries sun, and his moon is conjunct my sun.
Okay, so what's his moon again?
His moon is 6 degrees Libra, just like my sun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're drawn together like glue.
Right.
And his sun falls in my 12th house.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
It's like, yeah, and it's been that way since the minute he saw me walk across the parking lot when I was taking my sister to see her boyfriend.
Oh my God!
And he is married and has beautiful children, and we talk about his kids, and he tells me every time we talk and every time we go to lunch, he says to me, I am always going to love you. It's unlike anybody I've ever known. And he's been married for a long time. And I said to him, and in the very beginning, when he tried the ooh baby thing, I said, honey, we're not doing that. I said, first of all, you're married. I said, and if my friendship is not enough for you, then you and I cannot see each other ever again. And he said to me, he asked me why, and I said to him, because I would never want anyone to ever do that to me.
Exactly. That's right.
And he has been incredibly respectful and just wonderful about it. We are amazing friends.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that you guys have you have these planetary connections that are really powerful.
Yeah, and I think that we're just amazing. I would never picture the Sag in me being with the Taurus person at all.
No, but that's only his sun sign. And you have to remember something, okay? The sun sign is how we see ourselves.
Right, okay.
Our ascendant is how the world sees us.
Which is Aquarius for me. That's the right.
And I have an Aquarius moon.
Interesting. Oh my God.
Yep. Okay. Isn't that funny?
Okay. Yeah.
So and I have Mars in Sag.
Oh my gosh, my Mercury's in Sag. I have a lot of fire in me. I
of
don't
course,
have any
so
water.
that's why we go and talk. But Kelly and I will talk and talk and talk and go, it's really sad we never have anything to talk about.
I know, right? Oh my God.
So rest your heart, our sweet Amala. You're far from done with him. And the truth is, the only way this relationship would end is if you end it.
I know. Well, do you feel like we're going to get married next year or the year after? I
think it could. It feels like before the end of next year, because once he finally kind of goes, oh, I don't need to be afraid anymore. She is different, She's there's not this snake hiding inside of her, I mean, it is once he finally makes the step and steps into it.
Yes,
it's like he'll be all in.
Oh, it's like that's exactly what I deserve this.
And you know what? And so does he. He just is terrified because he's been so disappointed. And boy, he picked some aggressive, mean-spirited women. Yikes!
And I have too, though, because that's how I know the pain. I know exactly what he went through because it took me 7. You were talking about forgiveness.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, it's in my book. I actually wrote a book. It just came out last month. But the point is that I have a story on falling hard to forgive. 7+ years to forgive my first love, which is I was a late bloomer. I was 34 years old when I fell in love with this man. Unbelievable.
But you know what? That when you learn to forgive and realize that it isn't it isn't about their behavior. Isn't about you.
It isn't exactly.
It's about them. When my father left when I was 11 months old. Okay, and I mean, never looked back. And I spent between 12 and 24 looking for him. Because all I wanted to know, I only had one question. I just wanted to know why. However, when I was about 16 or so, I finally realized why he kept running.
Okay.
And why he never looked back.
Okay.
I realized that his father had died, had left at the same time that he left my life when he was an infant. Okay. And that his mother had died when he was, I want to say 9 or 10 years old. Okay. He was farmed out to his grandmother who wanted him like you want, hemorrhoids. And between her, she and orphanages, that's how he grew up. So exactly where was he going to learn to nurture, to bond, to trust?
Yes.
It's, I mean, so when you tell me that he's scared of getting hurt,
yes,
I understand. I hear
you.
And and my sister used to rage and rage and rage about if he had stuck around, how different our lives would have been. And I looked at her and I said, how do you know that would have been a good thing? We turned out just fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you and that 7.5-year relationship, you learned exactly what you didn't want and would not allow in your life anymore.
Right. Right. He really, I knew it was karmic. I knew it was.
Oh, yeah. The abuse was something that you needed to put the period at the end of the sentence.
Exactly.
You know?
And I had a lot of father issues myself, too.
Oh, I know that, honey. It all comes from that.
Yeah.
I could pick an emotional abandoner in a snowstorm in a dark alley at 1,000 paces. Are you kidding?
Yes.
I mean, and my sister could pick an abuser, a physical abuser. And it was like I used to say to her, why do you keep doing that?
You know.
And she just raged and raged and raged until the last breath was out of her. And it's like it is a gift when we learn. Exactly. Every time I hear somebody talking about a horrible relationship or circumstance, or it's like, what did you learn from that?
Yep. It is a gross thing, and I mean the fact that I'm legally blind, it's like I'm living it every day is a gift, and it's like I'm still going through it, and it's just so beautiful that I found the light when I have the poorest vision. I lost vision this year, and I have the poorest vision, but I've never shined so brightly in my life. It's amazing.
And you know what,
amazing.
Sweetheart? We know, okay, that what we see with our hearts.
Absolutely.
It is, and God gave you other gifts.
Absolutely. And I'm just so grateful every day. Every day, every moment.
Well, I always say I woke up and most of my parts work. I don't have a single complaint. I mean, it's like we're here. It's true. Every day's a good day. It's funny because I was telling Kelly and Barbara and Jonathan that every once in a while people will say to me, "Are you always happy?" And I lean over and very conspiratorially I whisper to them, "It's an inside job." Because it is. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Everybody's got stuff,
Yep, absolutely.
And it's like, what did we learn from it? We can either hang on to it and let it define us, or we can move forward and learn what the lesson was.
Absolutely. But you know what? With that, I think you have to have that. Like, I even say it in the book, I'm like, have your temper tantrums. How long is that going to last, though? If you need to do that, you need to vent, you need
Get
to do
it out.
whatever. Go, exactly. Don't hold it in and be like, everything's fine. It's not fine.
Just don't misplace your stuff on other people. You know,
Absolutely.
I always used to tell my sister I was going to get her a dartboard or a punching bag. You know, it's like find some place that you're not going to hurt to put it.
Exactly.
You know,
and you know, as a fire sign, I know with me, I just learned this only a year ago, that whatever, because fire signs are transmutable, all of that stuff. We need that exercise. If we do not exercise and get it out, it turns into this big firebomb, you know, this whole,
Well, not only that, but it'll physically make you sick.
Exactly.
If you hold on to it and you don't let it go.
Yep.
It's every time someone asks me, "Don't you ever get angry?" It's like, why would I want to hold on to that stuff? I'm not holding on to that.
No.
No, thank you.
No, really not. Absolutely not. It's amazing what you could do with the tools that you've got. You know, you make life with what you've got, not what's not.
And if people would recognize that the greatest power they have is between their ears.
Yep.
You know, there's a reason that there is a reason that God gave us all the ability to learn.
Yep.
And to figure out, why did I stay? Why did I do that to myself?
Yep.
Why? And we can't blame other people, because they get away with or do only what we give them permission to in our lives.
Absolutely, and we allow it. And I think that there's a good saying out there, you know, nothing happens to you, it happens for you. I always keep that in mind when I'm having, it's a beautiful thing.
My ex-husband said to me, these were the words that ended our marriage. I came home from the gym one day. No, it's fine.
Okay.
I came home from the gym one day, and he said to me, I said, "How you doing? What's news?" He said, "Well, I realized I don't feel that way about you." I said, "What way would that be, sweetheart?" He said, "I realized I don't love you, and I'm not attracted to you." And I looked at him, and I said, "Wow. Wish you told me that a year ago before we got married." And I said to him, I appreciate you sharing your feelings with me, and I can't do it right now, but when I can, I'm divorcing you.
Wow.
I said, oh, and by the way, since I do believe you, don't ever come near me again.
Wow.
I was so nice to him until I was so nice to him because I had very serious health issues going on at that time. And I was very supportive and very nice to him. And one day I was sitting at my computer looking at the magnolia trees out my front window, and I went, I'm done. And I said to him, could you do me a favor and pull up a chair, honey? I'd like to talk to you about something. He said, sure. And he pulled up a chair, and I said, do you remember the day you said to me, you don't love me and aren't attracted? He twiddled his thumbs and looked down at his hands, and he finally looked up at me and he said, yes. I said, do you remember my response? He said, no. I said, I'll refresh your memory. Right. So I told him exactly what I said, and I said, I couldn't do it then. I said, but today is that day. He said, but why? I said, because I never wanted a loveless marriage. I said, and I wish for you to find whatever it is you're looking for.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm not interested in trying to convince anyone to love me.
Right. That's right.
So,
yep.
God bless you. I said, and I guess he thought this is when somebody doesn't know you at all. I'm the person that my mom used to say I would give people enough rope to hang themselves and take the whole neighborhood with them, and then I would shut the factory down, never to be opened again.
Wow.
So when I say the two words, I'm done, there's nothing else to ever talk about. So about 2 months later, he still wasn't moving, and I said to him, have you made any plans for your move? And he said, no, not yet. And I said, well, you might want to really start thinking about that, because if you don't make a decision, one might be made for you that you may not like as much.
Oh.
I said, you have 2 weeks, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I took him to the lawyer, my attorney. I went and I sat in the waiting room and I said, ask her anything you want, because I don't want you signing any paperwork that you don't know what you're signing. I said, and we're done.
Yeah.
And
wow.
The judge asked me why I was divorcing him, and I said, because we don't belong together. I wish him every happiness in the world. We just don't belong together.
Right.
And it was like, why in the world? Every time someone would call him names, I would say, why are you so angry? They would say, why aren't you? It's like, I have no interest in being angry. I don't want that. The only person's life it impacts is me.
Exactly.
And so, being happy, it's an inside job, my friend.
It is.
It
is. That's the truth of all truths, definitely. Absolutely.
Yep.
And it's a work in progress, and it's an everyday job.
We all are, sweetheart. We're here for a minute and a half,
Okay. Yep.
So,
yeah.
Well, let us know, please. I'm sending you big Thanksgiving hugs for our little baby Amala here.
Okay. I'm so grateful. Thank you so very much, all of you. It was a beautiful show, and I actually listened to your interview the other day, and you're fabulous. I love your story. Thank you, Karen.
Thanks, sweetheart. Yep. I always said if it ended tomorrow and God wanted me to be a house painter, I'd be at Home Depot buying brushes. And every time someone says to me, are you still doing readings? And I look at them and go, I'll be doing that until the last breath is out of me. And if it ended tomorrow, I haven't missed a thing.
Yes.
It's I wouldn't trade a minute of it. The good, the bad, or the ugly. It's all been learning.
It's a beautiful gift. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you. Thank you all.
Good night, sweetheart.
Bless you.
For calling in. It's so great to hear from you again.
Isn't she darling?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And so I'm glad that she called back.
Oh, she's so sweet. I love her name.
Yeah.
Remember I said to you, I remember her. I love her name.
Yeah, I'm glad that she called back when you were here, because she called when you weren't here one time, and I recognized her name, though.
Yep. Oh, she's such a doll. Such a doll.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember that too. I was thinking, she deserves a Karen reading.
Absolutely. She's a doll.
Yeah.
I remember saying to her, I'll bet you there weren't 6 Amalas in any of your classes. I love that name. It's so memorable, and she has the most beautiful energy.
Oh, yeah.
This is getting more fun as time goes by, you guys, because the callers call back and they keep updating us. They get more advice. And pretty soon it's going to come to a climax where we're going to start getting answers, and they're going to call back and tell us, and it's just becoming so fun.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's the building process.
Let me ask you this. Do you want to take one more caller?
Of course, sweetheart.
Okay. Area code 775. You're on the air.
Hello,
Hi,
775. Hi. Who's this?
Hi, Karen. My name is Wendy from Sacramento, and I have a message
I remember
for
you, sweetheart. How are you?
Well, I'm more concerned about you. My message to you, Karen, is that you are a ruby in an ocean of diamonds.
Oh. You are so sweet. Aw.
Well, you truly are. You're a very generous and kind soul, and everybody is privileged to speak with you.
Oh, you're so sweet. That is so lovely of you. Thank you, honey. You know what? I say it every week. We have the loveliest listeners and the loveliest callers, and I just love you guys. It is.
We love you too.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart. That is so kind of you.
And
how are you doing?
Well, Karen, I have some expensive hearing aids, and I've lost several of them. I've lost 2 red hearing aids and 1 blue one, and then 2 black ones. I'm only wearing one right now, and I need it for my work. I really strongly suspect that all these hearing aids are in my bedroom.
Sweetheart, I was waiting for you to finish. I was going to say you didn't lose them; they're right there. And I know you're going to laugh. You need to look between. I want to say between your bed and the nightstand.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And it also feels like in your one of them feels like they're in one of your bathroom drawers.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Because they're all in your house. You didn't lose them, I promise.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any bathroom drawers, but I do have in my bedroom kind of like a drawer where I keep my TV is on top of a chest of drawers.
Right. I want you because one of them I know is in a drawer that looks like you have a lot of stuff in it. You know?
Yeah, that's a good description.
So, I mean, that's what because that's why it looked like a bathroom drawer to me. It's like all the things we put in there. So I'm begging you to please go look in the drawers.
I will.
Okay, because it's interesting because it doesn't necessarily feel like it may be a bedroom drawer, and I could be wrong, but it almost feels like it's like a drawer the size of one you would find in your kitchen or a bathroom. You know?
Yeah.
So please go look in all your drawers. That's not going to be complicated to do.
Okay.
And it definitely feels they're all in your house.
Yeah.
But it feels like one of them, I keep wanting to say, is between the nightstand or headboard and the wall.
Yeah.
And and there's another one that feels like it's in a drawer.
Okay.
With all this other stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like you'll find at least 2 of them. Just focus,
great.
Dolly. You'll find them.
I will.
They are there, my friend.
Thank you. And also, about a year and a half ago, after work, I got in the back seat of a yellow cab. Karen, I did not. And I was on my way to Macy's. We never made it. We were rear-ended by another driver. And I had a broken back many years ago, so I have to be really careful.
No kidding.
They took me by ambulance to the hospital. They did MRIs and everything, but so I was off work about 8 months, and there was an injury claim. I'm not getting a lot. I'm getting a very small amount because it's divided between my attorney, medical bills,
of course,
and something else. And then
why isn't your insurance? Why isn't the insurance paying your medical bills? That's insanity.
Oh, they are. My attorney's handling that. I won't have to pay a penny for medical. But,
because that's ridiculous.
Anyway, I had one attorney, and then the attorney I had recommended that I go to a chiropractor. One morning, I woke up, and I swear to God, I think my beloved parents in heaven and spirit guides were screaming at me, stop seeing the chiropractor, because he was leading me down the yellow brick road.
Oh,
and,
no. Well, honey,
yeah,
and the kind of injury you had, if you had broken your back prior to that, that is definitely not who you should have been seeing. Who in the world told you to go see a chiropractor? And please don't misunderstand. I love chiropractors, okay? But with your history, you cannot have chiropractic care.
No, I cannot. And I'm lucky I can walk. And,
you're not kidding, sweetheart. You definitely have somebody watching over you.
Oh, my guardian angels have worked overtime for me my entire life, and I'm thankful to all of them. And I know my beloved parents.
Oh, yes.
In my sleep, when I woke up one morning.
Oh, I just got chills when you said that.
I knew that I was being taken for a ride by the chiropractor, and guess what? The chiropractor was golfing buddy with the attorney that I had at that time.
I rest my case. Yep.
So anyway, I told that attorney that I didn't want to see that chiropractor anymore, and I was very angry, and that he wasn't doing me any good. And I worked in a HIPAA environment, so I said, tell the chiropractor that he violated my HIPAA rights because he altered the contract that I signed afterwards, and also tell the chiropractor that I asked for a breakdown of my charges thus far, and he said, well, we usually do that afterwards. You bet they do. They try to jack up your bill.
Of course they do, honey. Well, only if they're dishonest, like this creep.
Yeah. So anyway, he talked to me a long time, and I said, well, I might consider going back after I receive a breakdown on my bill. And I said, another thing is, when I went there.
No, you're not.
No, I'll never go back. Anyway, I said something I'm angry about as well was part of the quote-unquote treatment was he told me to press a clicker so a heating pad would go on, just a plain old ordinary heating pad. And I learned after the fact that when I used that heating pad for 9 minutes on each visit, it was another $35.
What?
For heat
God,
treatment.
he couldn't have done better if he had a gun and was holding up a bank. I mean, what a pig.
I know. So,
shame on
him.
Thank
you very much. Thank you very much. So, anyway, I ended up getting a new attorney, and now we're at
Is the attorney you're going to now a little younger?
No, I'd say this man is a little bit older. His name is Jeff, and basically the case is pretty much closed. But guess what?
What?
I am standing firm. And originally, this chiropractor wanted $1,400, and I said, absolutely not.
Not in this life. And I want world peace. How's that working out? You know?
Anyway, so I sent an email to my current attorney, and I said, forward this to him. And I talked about him violating my HIPAA, and that
I love it.
I felt taken, and that he did no good to me. Furthermore, he did a manual adjustment after I told him never to do that.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. And so
with your back history, I'm sorry. It's like shame on him. He's a guy that shouldn't have a license to practice.
Oh, he's a con. So anyway, my attorney called me back, and he was so proud of himself. He said, okay, well, I've got him down to $700, and I was not impressed. And I just said,
I'm not
well,
either.
And
he should have paid you.
Yeah. And I said, tell him to cut it in half. And he did.
Yeah.
And I said, but make sure that let him know that this is just for today, and I need to know confirmation today.
That's
otherwise
right. The clock's ticking. That's right.
And
he'll get nothing.
What? I heard nothing back. So then I haven't heard from my current attorney for a long time, probably because they know what they're dealing with now.
Oh,
and,
you better believe it, and that you're not going to let them keep scamming you, either one of them. And what they did is called collusion.
Oh, yes. So
they definitely don't want to get on that train.
Well, I'm only getting a small amount, 5,000.
It doesn't matter, honey. It's okay.
But I'll get a little bit more if I don't want to pay him a penny. But I need the money for two reasons. The most important reason is my beloved brother in heaven needs to have a headstone. And the other reason,
your heart. Absolutely.
Oh, I love him. His name is David. I love him forever. And also, my beloved sister Leslie and I are going to move to a new apartment in June of next year. So
I love that.
So I need that money for that. And also, I need the money for periodontal treatments. So I'm
so proud of you finally taking care of you.
It was a lesson I had to learn in this lifetime. And now, in bright neon, bright lights, my message when people treat me like crap is, if you don't have any respect for me, I do not have any time for you.
Oh, sweetheart, you've heard me say many times, if we don't respect ourselves, why would anybody else know that they should?
Absolutely. And something has come up regarding periodontal treatments. I'm not eligible until August of next year to have my insurance cover it, and I don't think I should wait. So I need about $1,000 for medical
Honey,
stuff.
you're going to you will have the money.
What?
You will have the money.
How am I going to get the money? Oh, you mean the settlement?
Yes, and you will have the money to take care of the periodontist.
Well, I think that my attorney, Jeff, I'll call him.
Okay.
He doesn't want to mess with me. And you know what he said to me? He said that the chiropractor said, "Oh, I thought she was such a nice lady," and I laughed hysterically.
That's funny. Well, you
really
are a
is.
nice lady. You're just not a pushover.
So what does that insinuate? So anyway,
that he could run all over you?
Yes, I'm becoming a strong lady. And
honey,
you know
it's
what I
time.
did?
What?
Here's the icing on the cake. You'll laugh out loud. I said, well, tell that chiropractor that I understand if he doesn't want to settle for less than $475, and that I suggest that in the interest of fairness, that we meet with the local board of chiropractic and let them decide.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I love that idea. Did you all of a sudden hear crickets?
No, but anyway, my attorney doesn't want to mess with me anymore. He doesn't want to deal with me because I'm so firm. And I speak softly, but I carry a big stick at this point in my life.
Absolutely.
So what's going to happen? Is Jeff, the attorney, going to reach out to me before the end of the year, or when will he contact?
Of course he is.
Okay.
And absolutely, sweetheart.
And the case is pretty much done. It's just that I don't want my chiropractor to get a dime. I need that money for my
honey,
periodontal
he
care.
can't pay him without your consent.
I know.
So I'm not worried about that. And the chiropractor really doesn't want to open up this problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if he insists or tries to get nasty, well, that's when you go to only God can help him, because he will not like how it turns out.
With the Board of Chiropractic?
Not only the Board of Chiropractic, but legally he could, because what he's trying to do is gouge you. And he did not, and he almost, he could have, if he continued, he could have crippled you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
and
I'm not the least bit worried about you having a problem with him. I have the feeling that his buddy, your old attorney, probably said to him, you might want to leave that alone.
yeah. So, will I get away with not having to pay him a dime? I don't want to pay him a dime.
And honey, my bet is that I think your old attorney that will say you might want to leave it alone, because then it's going to come back and bite both of us.
Yeah. Yeah, because
so,
of collusion.
Yeah,
because
my feeling is that yes, you are going to. He's going to wind up just having to write that little puppy off. You know?
Okay. And so when will Jeff, my current attorney, contact me? Will it be in December or January?
If at the latest, it'll be the first 10 days of January.
Okay. And I think he's just waiting for me to contact him. I haven't done it. But in another sense, I think my guardian angels are protecting me, because now I know I need that extra $500 would help me with my periodontal.
Honey, absolutely. And not only that, but I'm sure you heard me say before that this whole year planets have been in the sign of poo-poo, you know, and they're just starting to straighten out literally tomorrow. And to become easier to work with. Things will not be as complicated as everything has been this year. No kidding. It's been nuts.
You know what, Karen Page, at this late stage in my life, I am standing up for myself very good. And
I'm so proud of you,
contacts me, thank you. When he contacts me again, I'm going to compose an email that I wouldn't flinch if it were read in court by 10 judges, and I'll choose my words carefully. And I will just say, you were the reason why I left so-and-so attorney, and I will quote the paralegal's name. She quoted to me that you are golfing buddies, and I will quote the rest of the stuff that I told you.
Honey, you're not going to have to worry about that. Trust me, he knows what he has done. You are not the first client that he has done this with.
Oh, I feel so horrible about his other patients, because what they would tell me is, don't worry, this comes out of your settlement. Well, yes, it does. It's my money.
Calm down. It's all going to be fine, and thank God you will feel better and get all of this straightened out.
Okay. So I won't have to pay him a penny then?
Nope, not a dime.
Okay. And I will tell you
I can promise you this is not a battle he wants to pick.
Yeah.
Because then it's going to all start coming out that they've been colluding.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not worried about that, sweetheart.
Okay. So I should get my money sometime in January?
You should. You will know exactly when you're getting it. It's very shortly here.
Okay.
Very shortly, but you will absolutely hear from him by the 10th of January.
Okay, I believe you. You know, and so I love my dental hygienist. Her name is Melissa. She's really fabulous, and my dentist is wonderful. And but they let me know that they're very worried about my gums. So that means I have to follow their orders and come in every 3 months. And
honey, you will. You'll get it all taken care of.
Will but I'm seeing them both on the 30th to have a crown put on, and she's going to do like a periodontal cleaning. But then next year, I'm considering still keeping my dentist, but going to a professional periodontist for my gum issue. Should I do that or just stick where I am?
I think where you are, because I think a lot of this has been your body rebelling, you know? and making you take care of yourself, which you were not doing before.
You're right, Karen. I've been neglecting myself. You're absolutely correct.
I want you to look into some stuff called Pyroxal.
Oh, okay.
It's you can buy it in every drugstore.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And it's a rinse, and it is incredibly wonderful. It's very helpful.
I believe you.
So
and
look into it. That might be very helpful for you.
Okay, I shall do so. And also, we are getting to know each other, but I will tell you something. I'm a very soft, feminine, straight-laced, proper kind of lady.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually used to be a blackjack dealer many years ago.
I love that.
And,
I love that.
My beloved Father, who's in heaven, said that out of all his children, I was the shyest, but I became a blackjack dealer. And
that's hilarious because I was
beloved,
excruciatingly shy and had a terrible stutter. Mm-hmm.
And my beloved Father said that I am. What did he say? It was. He had a good sense of humor. He said that my coffee could clean out his carburetor.
Well, there's nothing wrong with a good, strong cup of coffee.
Well, I don't drink that strong coffee anymore, but his sense of humor.
That's okay, sweetheart. I'm drinking it for you.
Okay. So anyway, at work, because I have like an ADA with my hearing and stuff, what they've discovered about me is I can be very matter of fact and point out things to them. And I've been at work now 2 years and 4.5 months. And so I have a way with words. And legally,
I can't relate to that at all.
Oh, and anyway, but I work hard for the company.
And they love you.
Really?
Yes. They don't have any issues with you, sweetheart.
Well, they've never seen anybody like me before because I get more compliments.
Oh, I'm so sure of that. Why? Because you tell them the truth?
Yes, I have to.
Yeah, I know that issue.
Yeah. So last time I talked to you, you said that I would know in December which job I'm going to go to in January because I'm taking care of my current job as best I can, but I am applying elsewhere.
That's okay. Good for you.
So
and that has none of that has changed, sweetheart.
Okay. All right. Well,
you're gonna have a very happy end of the year.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I'm way overdue for that. Oh,
well,
and also, Karen,
you just needed to get all this stuff cleared up.
Well, also something else is I am 68 and 4 months old. I was born in July, but
happy belated.
Thank you. There's scientific proof that at least 50% of people my age and even younger have nodules on their thyroid. And
honey, that has nothing to do with you.
Well, but part of something that occurred because of that accident was they did a body MRI and then they found the nodules. So over a year ago, I had ultrasound and then I had a needle biopsy. No cancer or anything, but I had another ultrasound and the endocrinologist said, well, it's just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit bigger, and she wants me to have a needle biopsy.
Honey, there's nothing wrong with you.
Okay.
Rest your heart. that is not part of your journey.
Thank God. All right. And I really admire you because you remind me of myself in a way, because when I'm on the phone, I know what to say to people when they're in grief and when they're going through stuff. I use a combination of empathy and logic to appeal to their mind, and I kind of give them a structured way to handle stuff because I've been through so much in my life. And
all of us, sweetheart.
Yes, and when it comes to men,
you mean that adult growing pains part of the program?
Yes, and when it comes to men, I've had, I wouldn't even call them marriages, but I've been married twice. I wish I'd never met either one of them.
Oh, don't do that. Didn't you learned a lot from those relationships?
Well, at this point in my life, all I want is comfort and security and find peace. And I want to get back into my artwork because I used to do portraits that look like photographs of famous people.
Oh, wow. What a gift.
Yes.
What a beautiful gift.
And I feel
you will definitely be able to get into your artwork, sweetheart.
Good.
That's for sure. So rest your heart, go left foot, right foot, and you're going to love this coming year and the end of this year.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. And
so, don't worry.
I'll still be able to wait another 22 months before starting my Social Security?
Absolutely, honey. You're going to be fine.
Okay.
You're going to be amazed at how perky you feel and how financially you can actually breathe.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've already worked
coming.
longer than most people.
And the rewards are coming.
Well, I'm long
it's your turn, sweetheart.
It is my turn. I want some happiness and enjoyment in my life.
Well, good. And when you know that that's coming this year, I'm telling you this coming year, you're going to be a very happy girl and have a lot of joyous opportunities for those things to come. Give yourself permission.
Okay.
I want
give myself
you to
permission right now.
I beg of you, because it'll come. They'll be sometimes in clusters.
Oh. Okay.
They don't have to be doled out anymore. You're ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready for that jackpot to start paying off big time.
It's coming, sweetheart. It's coming.
And also, I want to make some new friends. I have a friend named Vonda who used to be an assistant supervisor, and we text each other every single day. We call each other sister. And also, there's a friend by the name of Rosie, and we reconnected our friendship, but there's something that bothers me that I let her know about. Not to be in any way rude, but it's more of a moral issue. And
I know
I'm not
that,
judgmental.
and you need to, and you might want to pay attention to that, sweetheart.
Well, it's in relation to a pregnancy that she had, and I disagree with what she did.
Sweetheart, you know what? And that you're entitled to your opinion about it, but it's her life.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a long time ago.
And I miss her because we would talk like sisters too.
Then you need to step away from having any kind of judgment about what she chose to do.
Mm-hmm.
And either it is, I've learned over the years that it is, I can tell people, but I can't make them do it, you know?
Yeah.
And if you genuinely care about her, you need, first of all, there is nothing that can be done about what happened so long ago. So you might want to find a way to let that go and not hold on to it. Because at this point, it cannot be any kind of a moral issue for you. Or because you're not a hypocrite.
No. It struck a chord with me because I'm a born mother, but I had to have a hysterectomy because I had a tumor, and I missed becoming a mother in my lifetime. And
sweetheart, so did I, because I had cervical cancer 6 times.
Oh, bless
I always
your soul.
thought, I am still here. But I have always had children in my life, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. And God knew exactly what he was doing. It just, I've had children in my life in 1,000 other ways. And it is, that wasn't our journey, this life.
And you know what? I used to work for a vision insurance company for a long time. And one time I was in a grocery store, and I saw this mother with her little baby girl, and this little baby girl had these round gold glasses, and I couldn't stop myself. I walked directly up to that baby girl, and we locked eyes. And I looked at her, and I took her little hand, and I said, "What is her name?" And the mother said, "Her name is Olivia." And I looked at her, and I said, "Oh, Olivia, those glasses look so beautiful on you. I love you." And she smiled, and babies know, and
yes, and honey, you need to make peace with the issue of your friend's choice.
Rosie, yes.
Yes, because, and if you want to do something really that will benefit you and children, go donate some time. Volunteer, because you have so much love to give, and you love children.
Yeah.
There are a lot of children that would really appreciate that.
Yes, yes, they would, and maybe even being a mentor and being a consultant about what's going on at school or whatever.
Thank you.
And does Rosie miss me?
Rosie, the little girl? Oh, your friend.
Rosie.
Yes,
no, Rosie,
your friend does, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. So what are you waiting for?
Okay. All right. And I don't have a lot of friends in my life, but when I do, they're sister friends.
I know. I'm the same way, honey. I know a million people, but friends are a rare and beautiful gift to us.
They are. They are. And so I meant it when I told you that you are a ruby in an ocean of diamonds.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart. That's very, very kind of you. Let yourself.
Oh, I mean that from my heart and soul.
I know you do, sweetheart. And I hope that you will let yourself be happy.
Okay. Starting right now.
Right this minute.
Yes. Absolutely.
And will you call us and let us know how you are?
Yes, I will. And Karen, I do so love you like a sister friend.
Thank you, sweetheart. I remembered you because I remember asking you about your area code.
Oh,
and
yes.
I said, wow, no kidding, it's in California?
and we won't say the last 5 numbers of my phone number on the air.
No, never.
But that was a negotiation with AT&T. I'm into numerology, as your beloved
I love that.
Jonathan knows.
So you got a 1 area code. New beginnings. Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
I love that.
Yes. And I'll probably have that number for the rest of my life, but I wouldn't be surprised if I get a new phone number, but it has to be a lot of 7s.
And I'm sure that you will, because they're good like that now. They're very,
like
very open to helping.
Yes.
So
And
rest your heart. You're in for a fun year.
okay. Well, it's a privilege and an honor to speak with you.
Thank
and
you, sweetheart.
You are very special to me, and may God bless you.
Thank you, and you always.
Thank you.
We'll talk soon.
Okay, God bless.
God bless, sweetheart.
So what y'all think of that call?
Exceptional. Adorable.
Yeah.
What a lovely lady. She's had enough grief for an army of people.
But you would never know it listening to her
No,
voice.
she has this beautiful heart.
So sweet. And what great advice, like a suggestion that you made to donate her time. She would be terrific.
Oh, wouldn't she? I mean, the children that would benefit from the love she has to offer. Oh, my God.
So much. You know,
if
I
she
was
went and
thinking,
read
Kelly,
to them.
Yes, that story at the end she was saying where she went up to that little girl.
I
remember
know.
people doing that to Priscilla when she was just so little, and they would come up, they were drawn to her, and they would do things like that. And I always, I welcomed that. I really did welcome that.
Absolutely. It is, they are our little gifts. I always call those a God wink, you know?
Yes.
And
we need more of those.
Yes, I mean, I couldn't have children, but I didn't find that out until very, very early menopause. And when I tell you I'm so grateful that I've always had children in my life, I wrote the stories for the literacy program in the LA Unified School District. I have friends that have kids that I'm Auntie Karen. You know, it's like, and that's their real children and their fur baby children.
That's right.
And I think we are so blessed, all of us. She's a lovely lady.
Yeah,
great.
So much love to give, and I know that she could touch children's lives, and that is a gift from God. You know, because she's just lovely. We do have the sweetest callers, don't we? I mean, they're so wonderful.
Oh, they really are. I always wonder what's going on the other line when Johnny, he says he has to screen them, but you do a good job, Johnny, because they're absolutely wonderful, all the ones you put through.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Do you get them? Do you screen them and go, "Are you nice?"
What I do is,
or are you grumpy?
I to be honest, usually what I say to them is, "You called into us before," and they say yes, and then I put through, and I'm not. I mean, it's not that I usually, but it's like they sort of. Tonight, that's happened a lot. You know, it was a lot with these people.
Yes, I love that. I love talking to the call. We have the nicest callers in the world. They're just lovely people.
Yeah. I don't think we've encountered one that wasn't. And
no, not one grumpy pants in the lot.
I think we're manifesting it. At least I'm manifesting it. I just think
absolutely.
they are going to be great. So then they are. I never had any doubt, ever. Not one doubt.
No, we are so blessed.
And thank you, Kelly, for making sure that caller earlier found us again and understands. And I listened to this too. And at the end, I do the shout out. And I have a special shout out tonight, if you guys are ready.
Okay.
All right.
Ready.
Okay, so here's what you can do, folks, to make it pretty easy and simple to always be able to find us. Next time you're on Facebook, type in Life, Laughter, Happiness in the search bar, and there's going to be a couple things that pop up. The first thing that does is our page, and go ahead and click on that, like us, and right there you're going to see our website address, our phone number to call in during broadcast time, so you can talk to us or Karen. And every single day like clockwork, Kelly is on top of everything. She posts the upcoming show right there. There it is. You're going to be able to click on that and listen to it live. One more step. When you listen to it live, you're going to be listening to it and enjoying it. Maybe you want to hear some other shows. So then follow and subscribe to our Life, Laughter, Happiness YouTube channel. And there you have over 200 shows at your fingertips to listen to. And maybe you've been on, so you want to say, hey, everybody, listen, I was a caller, and look at what Karen did for me, or another show. And share it. Share it with your friends. So I guess that's 3 steps.
That is so sweet. That's so sweet.
Aw. Yeah. It's flowing, it's working, and we appreciate all of you out there that call in and all you regular listeners. Thank you. And they're coming out of the woodwork, you guys. I'm just, the guy, Kelly, Julius Wu, who I've known for years, he offered a way for us to get some show music. Without having to buy, right? Yes, there's a whole website for that, show music, and he even said, "I think this one would be good for your show." So, thank you so much, Julius, for that. And just like they're coming out of the woodwork, where I didn't even know these people are listening, and they are, and we thank you so much for the support. And number one, we're glad you're enjoying it.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. This is exciting.
Really is.
Yes, it is.
This went over. Oh. Wow, Karen. Good job.
Oops. Well, they're such lovely callers. I mean, they're just all so sweet. And it's such a pleasure to be able to speak with them, and that they are kind enough to call back. I'm very grateful.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing we went over. Yeah. It's a good thing. Good signs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I love you guys.
Good night,
everyone.
Good night, Karen. Good night, Kelly. Good night, Barbara.
I love you, and I will talk to you guys on Thursday.
Okay.